Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for January 28th, 2022. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Arlene Grace, an Intuitive Energy Life Coach channel and creator. So when I tuned into this energy today, there's movement, there's flow, there's this beautiful opportunity to feel into the movement of life, to allow yourself to be moved. And intuitively to know that you're going from place to place and it feels like cleanup after cleanup, and yet at the same time it's not just cleanup, it's doing something and having something else done as you move into that next space. Like the vision I get with that is that of a bee, right? A bee goes and it flies over to a flower, and there it collects some pollen, maybe gets some sap, right? And then it flies over and it goes to another flower where thereupon it's like it's cleaning off its, I don't even know what they're called, but it's cleaning them all off, right? It's cleaning off some of the pollen. And so there's this pollinization that's happening here, right? This movement from one flower to the next, and then it goes over to the next flower, and it collects a little bit more sap, and it feels as though like there's this opportunity to do this within your own home, to do this within your own office, do this in life. There's this little, I'm going to clean off my desk and organize my papers. Then I'm going to go over into the bathroom. I might clean the toilet. And then I might go over and do this, right? This movement of cleanup. And at the same time, there's this movement of cleanup that's happening from within, right? And so the vision that I get is of the silhouette of this human. And in the silhouette of this human, there's this 8. And there's this trinity. So there's this triangle and there's this 8 that's going through that. And the energy of the 8 is that it's fallen over, and it's now this movement of energy, this movement and flow, and this opportunity to build momentum to get what it is that you desire. But there's a little bit of cleanup first. Right. And with this trinity that's happening here, it's God, source, creator, mother, father, God, source, creator, king, queen. And we're in this energy of the Queen of Clubs, which is that mastery. Mastery, not necessarily of the feminine, but the nurturance, the giving, the receiving, the flow, the wisdom that is there in action. And so in that, and in this trinity, there's this beautiful opportunity to notice this drama triangle that's available to you, whether you're in drama or not, and whether that's in your mind where you're telling yourself stories or not, but where you are going outside of yourself in order to receive something, where you are perhaps going outside of you, going to save another person for love, where you are going and doing something to receive validation, rather coming in and giving it to yourself first. Because in the very center of that triangle is you, right at the core, third eye, right? And to notice all of those places where in your life you are looking, chasing, trying to get, perhaps forcing, at the very core, and yet at the macro level, it's control. And so taking a look at where you are trying to control others by doing things that may be so unconscious to you. We've been conditioned to give to others. We were raised that way. And as we are raised that way and conditioned that way, in that conditioning, we have this expectation that we'll receive from others as well, right? I can think about, the mother, I sacrificed and I worked overtime, and I did all of these things so that you could go to college, so that you could go to university. I sacrificed my body so that I could have you. I sacrificed, working a job day in, day out so that I could retire and have all of these things afterwards at 65, right? See the theme that's playing out? And so we moved from this place where a couple of days ago, it was like, are you willing to say yes? There's something, or you're being called higher, right? Last week you were being called higher, which led you into this place where it was like, are you willing to say yes to what it is that you desire? There's a new desire, perhaps a new awareness. Will you say yes? And then yesterday, inspired to go in deeper and trust and land into trusting yourself, you, not others, while focusing on what was presenting itself to you. Like noticing, where am I placing my expectations out on others? Where am I looking for the physical evidence of the things that I've decided, when really your invitation is to come back and stay here, to focus on you, loving you, valuing you, and to allow for the feedback to come in rather than chasing it and looking for it, because when you are, you're in control. Right? So it's interesting for me. I had, like, there was cleanup to do. I've made these claims. I've decided to have more. And in that, I knew that there was cleanups to do, but I wasn't really, I wasn't getting to the whatever it was. I didn't know what it was. Right. And so there was a part of me that wasn't seeing it. There was a part of me that wasn't, really knowing it. And so I was trying to control my experience, even so slightly. And so my vehicle, I love my vehicle. And so my vehicle, Snowball. And on Monday or Tuesday, I turned on the car and my engine light came on. And I was like, oh. When something like that happens with my car is a mirror of me. And I know that there's something there that is deep within that is ready to go. Something that no longer serves me, some narrative, something in my body, that being the engine light. And it could be a memory. And so I was looking at it and I was like, okay, something's rising up. I'm going to be with that. I'm going to allow that to rise up. And so this week I've been moving through some things, right? And allowing them to rise, but it wasn't yet ready to go. And so I made the appointment for my car, should be now. And last night, as I was driving, I was focused on this engine light and I said, okay, Snowball, I love you. And I believe that you are a message. You're a message that is, there's something within me that is ready to go. And I would love to receive this message in a different way, whether that's coming through music, whether that's coming through a message, whether that's coming through someone else, whether that is me channeling the information. I would love for that to rise up, not necessarily my body so I feel the pain of it. I want it to come. I am open, I am willing, please. And I set that down. I'm still driving, and within like 30 seconds, a friend messages and she's like, hey, I've been thinking about you and I thought about something that you said and it clicked. Da 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 da. Do you want to talk about it? Right. And so, of course, I was like, okay. And so in the talking through it and in the having it mirrored back, in the willingness to allow whatever needed to rise up so it could transmute and go and create the space for what I actually desired, because it was in my way. It moved. I allowed it to rise and go, and it transmuted through my body. And so I'm not going to say that it was glorious or exciting or fun or whatever. There were tears. There's some sadness. There's some melancholy, some rage. And it transmuted. And so fast forward this morning, I start the car and I look over, engine light gone. Thank you. And so this, the possibility of receiving the feedback from your external world is there. The messages are there for you to see if that's how you will receive the information. And there are other ways for this to rise up. What are you noticing in your body? What are you noticing in your behavior? Are you actually acting outwardly in order to receive something when you can give it to yourself? Everything is available here. And when you can know that, when you can embody that, when you can master that with the mind, with your emotions, in divine partnership with your body, in love, then you start to experience life with such a magical quality that you start to see your life through the lens of, wow, I'm creating these experiences that allow for me to know. There's nothing wrong with the engine light turning on. I loved it. I knew that that was a sign. And so it was my loving myself through this experience, calling on a friend, asking a coach, going to support so that I could gently and easily move through it. Didn't feel like that at the time, but here we are, right? And so allow yourself to notice. Allow yourself to notice where you are in flow. And if you are in flow, are you in flow through weakness? And I say weakness in a sense that, are you in flow with manipulation, with control? And manipulation, as I say, it sounds so harsh, and yet it's noticing, am I doing this for that? For me, it used to be banana bread, right? So slight, and yet it's still manipulation and so unconscious. And so allow this to rise and come into your awareness this weekend. Allow yourself to see you. And while you're doing it, love you and value you. Right? Because tomorrow, as we move into the energy of Saturday, we're moving into this like inspiration, this creativity, this opportunity, initiation to move in a new direction. Perhaps a new path opens up for you. Perhaps a new possibility you see because you've moved and cleared the things, because you've made the space. And you'd be, in a sense, graduating into a new, perhaps, way of thinking, being, perceiving. And at the same time, letting go of other things. So perhaps it's, here I am and I'm cleaning out my office and I'm letting go of some things and I'm organizing my desk. And so I'm going to move those things over into the recycle bin. And tomorrow I'm going to put it out. Right? The letting go of the physical things and of the things in our perception, in our beliefs, in our ideas, those limitations. And just notice how all of that is mirrored with what's happening this weekend with this freedom convoy. There's this momentum that is built up. We have these people that are uniting to express themselves. Clubs energy, to express and to communicate their truth. And they're not doing it for others, but that's the impact. They're doing it for them. And look at how everyone else is rallying around them to support them. And that's momentum of people just coming in and supporting and helping and joining and coming in and going to express truth. Life is mirroring the energy. Life is supporting this to happen. And you can see that through the numbers, which is extraordinary. Sunday, we're going to move into this fulfillment. We're going to be moving into this opportunity, this blessing of receiving something. Are you willing to receive a new idea, a new perspective? Are you willing to see the fulfillment of what you have started to create, right? Are you willing to receive the feedback in a sense of it being communicated back to you, mirrored back to you with a new idea, perhaps, again, another pathway, perhaps even, I feel like collaboration starts to come forth. Yeah, it's Sunday. But maybe there is a opportunity to have and maybe even see some sort of ripple effect from what happens on Saturday, what happens today. So I'm excited for this weekend. I think it's extraordinary. Anyway, wishing you all the most amazing weekend. I will talk to you on Monday. So much love. Bye for now.